Hey, Alex.
Hello, I'm
It's
Dalek.
Snapshot time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Matter.
And
The Matter. Come back, come back. You can't sneak ahead.
my name is
I have to show you everything.
Dalek418.
Who
And
doesn't
I'll
have a
be
YouTube channel yet? But
yet
it will be debuting soon. So,
prime.
fine. Now, let's test out what these things do. Oh, gosh, it's
Whoa.
nightfall. I totally didn't expect that. Oh no,
Whoa.
monsters will be spawning soon.
I
That's
hate
bad.
I hate you, Ryan.
Let me make... Oh, you know what is the difficulty on peaceful? Is it?
Uh, please.
Oh no, there are a
No!
bunch of
Oh my
monsters
god!
spawning.
Oh my
Whatever
god!
shall we
Oh,
do?
there's a chicken guy! There's a chicken
How about
guy!
we press this button?
Oh, there's a chicken guy! Oh my god. Whoa.
And all of them died. So this is the first thing on the new snapshot is you can target entities with commands. So if you look at these commands, you can right click. There's the
Ooh.
@E. So that targets entities, and then you can target specific types by like type equals. Now a second thing for those who know commands is that kill used to not have a parameter, so you could only kill yourself, but now you can kill other people, like this.
Oh.
Don't worry, your spawn is set. So if we go ahead and look at this, so it's this kill player entity, and you can just do /kill without player entity, and it will kill you.
Wow.
So yeah, let's set it back to daytime and kill any other monsters that are out there. So the second thing are stone variants. I believe
Whoa.
one of them spawns in extreme hills, but I don't think anything else does at this point.
I
So
like
this is
this.
granite. This is how you find it, and then this is the polish type, and that's for all of them. And then to
Oh, how
craft
do you
them,
get polished?
you just put 4 of them in the crafting table, kind of like how to make a crafting
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
All right, so
That's
here's
cool.
granite.
So you just find it with mining?
Yeah. This one's my favorite personally.
Yeah, I like it
I haven't actually generated
too.
any worlds, so I don't know where they spawn yet. This one is
Ooh,
Dior. I don't even know how to pronounce some of
diode,
these. I only know granite.
dirt,
I'm not
diode.
biggest fan as this one, honestly. It
Oh,
doesn't look so
this one's
polished on the polish.
nice. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
it's
no builder, so it'll be interesting to see what builders come. And then andesite, or whatever. I kind of like this one. It gives like this
andesite.
fortressy
Yeah,
looking
it's like
thing.
it looks like
I kind of like this one. It looks very similar to stone, though.
yeah, and also it kind of looks like a little bit of mossy stone.
Yeah, so
Bit.
next if we come over
Oh,
here, speaking of mossy stone, Alex, you're a genius. If you just take one
oh,
of both the slabs and then one of the moss and the stuff, there are 2 new crafting recipes. One is if you put the stone brick next to the moss, you can get a mossy stone brick. And the other thing is if you put these 2 stone brick slabs right on top of each other in the crafting table, you can make the chiseled stone bricks. Now,
wow,
originally both of these were only available if you found like a fortress or a dungeon, and then the
ooh,
mossy cobblestone, it generated in those piles in some biomes. But now they are
wow.
craftable. Alright guys, we're back. We're about to land on a slime block. Woohoo! Oh yeah, that is so much fun. Alex, hey guys, we're back. Sorry, the video got a bit messed up, so this is our second take. One other thing though I want to mention about making the slime bricks and the chiseled stone is that if you do it with regular stone to get regular mossy stone, it does not work.
Oh,
So you can only do it with mossy stone bricks and chiseled stone brick.
well, that's a shame.
Alright, so now we're going to check out all the villagers. So you can go ahead and grab some emeralds for training. For trading,
Rupees,
I'm going to steal that villager
rupees,
spawn egg. So
rupees.
there are a bunch of different types of villagers. I'm going to tack on the
Whoa.
footage of me showing you each of the trades that the villagers have at the end.
Whoa.
I'll just read them off now. Librarian, fisherman, farmer, leatherworker, toolsmith, butcher, armorer, cleric, shepherd, weaponsmith, and fletcher. Now some of these are more common than others because I believe the way villager spawning is when I was creating all these villagers, I did it by hand, is that it picks a profession at random and then it picks the sub-profession within that. So librarian's really common because it's the only version of librarian, and cleric is really common because it's the only version of the priest, but the rest of them are a bit more randomized, so they're a bit harder to get. Now some of the good ones are like all the blacksmiths are good. They give you armor and tools and stuff like that. Some of them give you enchanting stuff. The fisherman gives you like enchanting fishing
I
rods.
have an unbreakable
Fletcher gives
fishing
you
rod.
like bows. What?
Oh,
Do you
you get
remember the one that gives you lapis, Alex? I think that's the cleric, right?
I don't know. You get experience.
Yeah, it gives you lapis, and that's important. Yes, that is one other thing, is that if we trade with the villager, we do get experience. So yes, so I'm gonna grab some emeralds myself. Did you leave any for me? Yes. Now, one thing, the way villagers work now is if we look at
Oh,
this cleric here, we notice that we start out with more than one trade unlocked, and that's kind of nice of you. And I don't have any gold, so I'm gonna get myself some gold here. Gold. And one. And now, the way it works is after, well, the way I'm assuming it works, I've been trading for a while. Oh yeah, one other thing is if it's out of stock, when you're shift clicking, it'll stop you. I know I'm out of gold, so you don't really believe me, but if you have like 5, if you're trying to buy a lot of an item, it will stop you when it runs out of stock. Used to be if you shift clicked it, that it would just go back and it wouldn't actually have this X until you go back into the villager.
yeah.
Second,
The
you
clerk
don't have to
does
use the
that.
last trade to unlock new trades. If I did this one, it would have worked as well. You just have to use a trade that, from what my understanding, you haven't used before. Then the villager will get these purple sparkles just like normal, and when you open them back up, they're going to have new trades. Now, I believe they unlock a random amount of trades after this. So you notice this time we unlocked 3 trades. I did this before, we got 2. And then it'll continue like that. So thank you. Your service is done. No longer require you. Oh, I had a baby. Huh, it's a sweet little baby, isn't it? It's dead.
No.
Alright, so did you buy some lapis, Alex? You're going to need it.
Oh, I should. The
Don't worry,
clerk
we have
has
lapis
it.
in this chest. Just come over here.
No, I want to buy it. I want to be
Alright, so
legit.
this is a new thing with enchanting. I'm going to go ahead and show my viewers. You actually need lapis. I am in creative mode, though, so it won't need it. So I'm going to go into survival. Survival mode. Here, I have 20 levels on me. Is that when you enchant, it requires lapis. 1 to 3, I think. Oh, yeah, I don't have enough levels for this. Now, what it's going to do is it tells you one of the enchantments you're going to get, but it's not going to tell you if you have more. So it says Bane Anthropods 3, but you don't know if I'm going to get Fire Aspect or Unbreaking or something like that. And it also does not reset. You have to enchant something. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, you're getting experience. It's a good idea. Oh, you took all of them. I'm gonna remove all the levels. Now, if you notice, Bayonet Anthropods was the leading one, and it's still Bayonet Anthropods. But these two changed. I don't know why that is, but it seems like sometimes it, the way it's saved is a range. So you're really going to have to go from high levels to low levels if you want a different enchantment. But you have to, the other way, which is probably easier, is just to enchant a different piece of armor, because that will have different enchantments. And once you enchant one thing, it will change the list for all possible items. So if you enchant a sword, it'll change the way your armor is enchanted.
Cool.
So that's how that works. And then I had to set up a crude thing here to add and remove bookshelves to affect the level. And that's what I discovered, is that the things seem to be at a range, because no matter how many bookshelves I removed, it seemed that the third one was always the same. And then with that, they also updated the anvil. So I'm gonna...
Come at me, bro.
Hey, I got a diamond sword myself. Let's see. I can't pick that. Is there... renaming only costs 1 level now. So if I go ahead and rename this sword...
Oh, that's cool.
You probably have your own sword. It only
Yeah.
costs 1 level, and that's nice. And that's just because... Oh yeah, enchantments. I completely forgot one thing. Is that they're 2 level things now. There's the level requirement, and then the level cost. Level requirement's on the right. That's how many levels you have to have in order for that enchantment to be unlocked. The one on the left is how many levels are actually consumed. So if I click on this level 8 enchantment, Unbreaking 1, it only costs 1 level if you look at the bottom. And it'll only cost up to 3, but it also costs lapis, which makes it a bit more difficult. So now here with repairing, if you... here, just give me my stuff back, will you?
Yeah.
Alright, where'd it go? Got a villager spawn egg. Can you give me the swords? The damaged one? I need it. Alright, thanks. That's all I need. So if you repair like you normally do with material that you used to make it, even if you use 3, which was more than the original amount, enchantments don't affect this. It's going to cost 4, and that's because I had named it. If I hadn't named it, it would only cost 3. However, there's a way to get a better bang for your buck, and that's to use. Did you enchant the unbroken diamond sword? Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, if we go into game mode 1 here and get ourselves another diamond sword that's been untouched by enchanting, it only costs 1 level to repair it. 2 because I renamed it. So it's better to use the 2 diamonds to make the next sword in this case, because that was cheaper, and get the same repair. It's less levels. If you have something like a diamond chest plate, it would not be, because then 3 diamonds fully repairing it and 3 levels is probably a better deal than 1 level, and yeah. Alright, I'm gonna kill Alex now. Alright.
Bane of Dalek? Wow.
Yep. Alright, Alex, you know what this button does.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Look what's next to it.
Some jelly thing.
Alright, press it.
I don't want to.
Press the button, Alex.
What?
Alright, so this is a new block. You walk slowly on this like you're shifting, but there's also another special property that you're about to see.
Whoa.
Now, there's a bit of server lag, so I didn't actually see Alex come down.
Oh, wow.
Let's just wait for him to get a bit slower. But this thing acts like a trampoline, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, it's also like somewhat transparent like that, and they said that's only possible with the effects of the new rendering engine. So I'm going to attack on me falling to the end when I'm on single player. Alright, so Alex, if you want to go back into survival, just press that.
Okay.
And alright, so now on to our next thing. You can craft those slime balls by just putting them in the crafting bench like you just saw in this chest here.
9?
Yeah, so you take 9
Wow.
and you put them in the crafting bench, just form a square, and you get that slime block. So Alex, happy birthday. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Alright, so now let's see. Oh, yes, this. Witch huts will now spawn in plains biomes.
That's cool.
And, yeah, that's helpful because it used to be kind of difficult to find witch huts. They only spawned in swamps, and with the 1.7 update, with all those new biomes, swamps became even harder to find. So having witch huts spawn in plains, it's fairly rare, I believe. I haven't generated any worlds yet. But that makes it a bit better for people doing the witch farms and stuff. And it's night. Did you press the night button, Alex?
No.
Oh, you did.
No, I didn't.
Time, set, day. There we go. It's daytime. Hopefully none of the villagers were eaten.
No,
okay.
they're all alive.
Let's see what else we have.
Doors.
Yes, doors. So the doors are crafted the same, but they yield 3 doors, and they can be stacked up to 64.
Oh,
now, this was
that's
asked
very
for a
helpful.
while. It was long overdue. I kind of like that you get 3 times as many doors for your wood.
Yeah, I also like how
But
it's stacked.
this makes building iron farms a lot easier. Like the most modern iron farm, all it needs is doors and blocks. And I saw a guy, he had to take like 6 double chests full of doors in order to build it. So this makes it a lot easier. There was really no reason doors weren't being stacked. I don't know why. They were just making it more difficult, but personally that seems like kind of a stupid thing to add. So they finally got them stacking again.
Finally.
Alright, now we have our next tip. Look at F when you're pressing F3. So that F is your direction. So, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. I'll add that later. But it normally says just your direction. Now in the parentheses, it says how that affects you. So if you look, it says east, then in parentheses towards positive X, towards negative Z, towards negative X, towards positive Z. So that gives you an idea of how moving that direction will affect you without having to move it. It makes it a bit easier. I don't know if it was necessary, but it's a nice little touch.
It does.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright. Broken clear max. Alright. So this is the clear command. You're going to have to stand back to make sure it doesn't activate. Now, what it said it would do is it would remove up to the max, and in this case I put in the maximum of 10. However, that's not working. Alex, you have to move. The Metal. Now, what it said it would do is it would remove up to the max, and in this case I put in the maximum of 10. However, that's not working. Alex, you have to move. Move away.
Oh.
Go away.
Eh.
It's clearing me completely of stone. It's not clearing up to the maximum, so that needs to be fixed. So next here, Alex, you need to press this button.
Okay.
Alright, so now you're going into adventure mode. Now this affects you slightly. You shouldn't be able to see the hitboxes on blocks, and you shouldn't be able to break anything unlike you did before. So can you open that chest?
Yes.
Alright, grab that stone. For some reason that's not updating visually. That must be a glitch on the snapshot. Alright, now try and place that stone anywhere.
I can't.
You can't, because you're in
No.
adventure mode. Now, you used to be able to break glass. Can you do that now?
No. No.
Right. I'm going to show you this for myself when I'm in a single player world, because it's glitching out a bit in multiplayer. So I'm going to give you a pick. Here, it's a special pick. You should be able to press the buttons too if you try it. But that pick's going to give you the ability to break certain blocks.
So it says I can break tile, stone, name, sandstone, bedrock, and dirt.
Yeah, I think stone got broken when they added all the stone variants, which is why it said that. So just try and break all these blocks here. It said it can break here. I'll just get another one for my viewers to see here. Is if you look on the tooltip, it says can break tile, stone, name, sandstone, bedrock, and dirt. So you broke all the stone, all right. Now you're onto the sandstone. Now can you break?
I can actually break bedrock with this?
Try it.
Uh,
Try. Try. Alright, so what's happening is it allows your pick to function like normal on certain blocks.
Yeah.
Which means that it can work. Yeah, all this is sandstone. And it works normally on bedrock. Instead of simply just punching it like you were before, like try without the pick. Try hitting the bedrock. You notice you'll just punch. If you hold the button, it's not going to do anything. So with the pickaxe being able to interact with bedrock, it's going to act like normal, but it's still going to never finish mining. Now go on to the dirt here. Try and mine this dirt.
Okay. I can't mine the top.
Alright, so now the reason for this is that dirt and grass are two different blocks. So you're not going to be able to mine the grass.
Oh.
That's just one thing to keep track of. Now, this is the granite that you saw earlier. Try and mine this.
Ooh.
So you can, and if you notice, it's not on the tooltip. The reason for this is that the way stone is, all these stone variants are stored is they're all different versions of stone. They just have different damages. Which means if you can break one stone, that also means you can break all the stone variants. And that's how it works in adventure mode. Now, I know this is going to break a couple mini games where adventure mode, I think the most famous one is Calamity, if you guys have heard of that. That used adventure mode, like you had to use an axe to break the trees and stuff. And now that's not going to work. But I think the benefits are going to be a lot better for adventure maps, being able to control what you can and cannot break. And not placing blocks, I mean, that's a mixed bag, but I think it's for the better. So yeah, now you can press this button to go back into creative. There you go. Alright, so now we have one more thing, it's locking containers. So try and open all these containers. You should be able to open them just fine, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna grab myself an Eye of Ender here. Eye of Ender, and a water bucket. Alright, don't press any of the buttons. Well, actually, it doesn't matter if you do. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to press all these buttons. You want to help me with them?
Yeah.
Alright, don't press the one with the minecart over it. And now we're going to try and open them all over again.
Okay.
So it's going to say, like, chest is locked. It's going to make the noise like a door, which is weird. So you can open the enchanting table. I'm going to try and put this Eye of Ender here. I'm actually going to go into survival to do this just to make sure it works. And you can place the Eye of Ender. You can open the anvil. You can open the ender chest even though it's locked. The cauldron. You
can't open the
You can place the block. You can't open the hopper.
You can't open the chest.
You can't open the trap chest. Now this is the one that I was really surprised about, is that beacons are locked. That's one of the last things I would have expected. So now with like all the interaction with entities, I was wondering if entities would have been affected. So I tried to do the minecart with chests. That it was not affected. That's what this button does, is it just summons one. But if you look, you can still open him. And then this is the dropper, not the dispenser, and that's locked as well.
Yeah.
Now there are two more I wanted to try. I wanted to try the boat, see if you could actually just like get in and out, and you can even though it's locked. So it doesn't work on that. And then one last thing is difficulty lock. I can't show you this now. I will show you in the single player. So now, there's one more thing, is that it used to be when you teleported with relative coordinates, you lost your momentum. Now you still die when you teleport. Which means there's no way to save Joe Schmo Alex if he's falling down for mysterious reasons. But that's about it for the snapshot review. A lot of cool things. But one thing is, like with the first 1.7 snapshot, it was really obvious what the theme was going to be. This one, it's not really that obvious. So it's going to be curious what 1.8 is going to turn out to be.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me, Alex.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back now in the single player world. Alex is left. And so there were a couple of things I wanted to show you in single player. First was all the villager trades. So there are a lot of them. You can just pause the video if you'd like. I'm just going to go through all of them. I already traded with all these guys, so all the trades are unlocked. That's a weird noise. It sounded like they got a noise now. It's a weird one. Yeah, unbreaking one. That's a nice one. So there are a bunch of different types. I already told you about all of them. I really like this. I have watched a lot of YouTubers do this villager trading farm before, and this will be a pretty nice touch. Seems like a lot of the trades are a lot more useful than they used to be. Saddle. That one's really nice. You don't have to go caving. You just need to get 10 emeralds in a villager. Blacksmiths, personally, are the most helpful. They're either the toolsmith, the armorer, I don't know how they came up with that name, and the weaponsmith. And all of them have really helpful enchanted items, which takes away from the priest, because the priest used to be the only enchanter. One other thing that they did to update the villager trading is it used to be that it didn't pay attention to stuff like lore and damage and stuff. So if you gave a priest when you were enchanting, it used to take a diamond sword, emerald, and it made it enchanted. You could have a diamond sword with no health left on it, and it would repair it up to unbroken. So the villagers aren't that stupid anymore. They keep track of that. They can give and take things with damage with names. So if you rename a tool or give enchantments or anything, it will stop it from working. Now it seems like there are a lot of bugs in the snapshot. Like I heard some errors in the villager. The chest wasn't opening when I was with Alex, and there was a glitch with adventure mode, which is why I didn't show you when I was with him. Like that does not sound right. This is one nice one. There's raw flesh, which is completely useless. You get tons of it for emeralds. I'm sure there are better emerald turnouts. I think this is just the way it is, or like less raw flesh to get it, because you know there's still some randomness, I assume. And then another helpful one is to get the lapis for the enchanting. And Eye of Ender, that's actually kind of a nice one, as well as glowstone. So the cleric's a really nice one, but you start out with not so good. You just get the gold and the raw flesh. So, and here we have shepherd. This one is an interesting one. He gives you all the different colors of wool for 1 or 2 emeralds. So that's nice. It's a good way to get decorations easy. Yeah. So that's a cool one, shepherd. I kind of like it. This is the weaponsmith. Going to give you the weapons. You start out with not so good ones. You just start out with like the axe and the coal for emeralds, and you're like, well, what is the point of that? But you get the better ones once you trade with them. So that was kind of a bad enchant. Got unlucky here, but this one's a pretty nice one. 9.5 damage. So that adds 1.5 damage, and that's a pretty nice sword. Unbreaking axe. No efficiency, but you know. And then the Fletcher, this just gives you like bows and arrows and flint. So everything you need to have archery. So that's that. One other thing I wanted to show you guys was when you went into adventure mode. Now for some reason this wasn't working on. Yeah, so the chest is opening. So it looks like a lot of these bugs are in multiplayer. But if I went into adventure mode in multiplayer, this didn't work. And it looks like it's not working now. It was working earlier, so this is a bit odd. But you see that black outline around the box, around the blocks? That's the box hitbox. Like, see that black? You're not supposed to see that in adventure mode. And when I tried this earlier, that was working. So I don't know what changed, but for some reason that's not working. But like I'm holding the thing, but you cannot punch it. So the most you can do is punch it. You can't actually break it. No, that's one thing, is with the bedrock, you can punch it here, you can mine it like normal, but in neither case can you break it. You can't break the grass, but you can break the dirt, break the granite, Smooth stone, stone. So, like I showed you earlier. So that's a cool little touch. The lock containers I kind of like. How you can lock things. However, the only way you can do this is through commands. You have to lock it with this text here. Now, this text can be anything. It doesn't actually matter what this text is, and nobody can open it. And then the only way to unlock it is if you remove this text that was placed, and even the quotation marks. And at that point, when we press the button, it's going to, yes, this is a new command, actually, block data. This merges the data here with the data already there. So I could actually just copy and paste that command and it'll affect all of them. That's kind of nice. And now we can open the chest again like normal. So I hope eventually in the future you can put text in that lock and that'll mean something, like that player whose text you put in there will be able to be used. And a lot of this is just potential, you know, like Simply Sark, he released a video today where he used the entity selector to make relative summoning. So when he splashed himself with a potion, he could summon a fireball above his head, or a pig next to him, or a firework. So a lot of this is really up for grabs. But one thing that I said earlier is it's really unclear what this is going to end up. I mean, they added the blocks, they added all those biomes in 1.7, so I don't think it's going to turn into something like that. That's just the kill the entities, and that's a nice little map making tool. So the couple things that I see are the villagers, so it could be kind of like a village update. Enchantment, that's probably the most likely, just like a magic update, they add things like that. Then there's not really much else. I mean, there's also an adventure, all the things they did with adventure modes. They might make some kind of adventure update, but you never really know. So it's going to be interesting to see. Tell me your predictions. What do you think this update's going to end up being? And again, I am really sorry about the crappy pictures in the footage, but I have fixed that, as you can see now, and it will stay that.